Well, good evening, race fans. USA Trucks is roaring through the chase, and we are hitting now Australia for race 6 out of 8 in the USA Trucks chase for the championship. Glad to have James in the booth with me here again tonight.
Hey, everybody.
And it looks like you got a guy on the front row there starting.
Yeah, Tom Kourting starting up towards the front once again. Hopefully tonight it'll be some better luck with such few races left in the chase. Hopefully he can finally turn it around.
Yeah, and especially in a road course, we've seen that he's kind of well-rounded and can tackle just about any track he comes to. He's going to have his hands full tonight here as he's got Atlee Weiss starting alongside him.
Yeah, Atlee Weiss, another strong competitor here at road courses.
Kyler Sustre and Jordan Walker still relatively alive in this championship battle, so it'll be fun to watch them and see how they do here on the road course. We know the Walker brothers are tough to beat when it comes to road course racing. And then Gannon Bird made it through the sprint qualifier to make the main event here, alongside Chris Harvey, Ant Meeperson, and John Hagan. As you can see, a lot of green windshields to signify our chase contenders. Chadwick and DeBlank, Tom Kourting, and in a one-off entry here in Australia, Australia's own Nate Newman piloting the number 15 All-Star entry for Chaz Chadwick and LFG Motorsports. The 56 there of Andre Stefan and Scott Speed. Dave Steele Jr. and Bradley Ream. 58 there of Spinham Walker, who has no familial connection to the Walker brothers. So another Walker, it might get a little confusing there, but not related to Trevor nor Jordan. Then you got
The
Trevor,
rare sight where we see somebody come in with the same last name as somebody and not
right?
be related in some way, shape, or form.
And it's not, I mean, I guess Walker is somewhat, it's not like Smith, which is super popular or super common, but still kind of coincidental and crazy. And it was interesting to see David Bird last night, which of course we have David Bird and Gannon Bird, no connection there either. So that's two different occasions where that's happened already in the truck series alone. And there we have our field for tonight's 159-kilometer race here at Calder Park.
Touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it.
So from what you saw last night, what's your thing to watch out for tonight, James?
For our chase drivers, I'd say bad luck. Watch out for some bad luck. It seems like if you're a chase driver, you're either having a lot of luck or you're having none at all. My other thoughts are, it refers to the chase drivers once again. We've seen a bit of a pattern where a non-chase guy wins a race and then a chase guy wins a race. So, I'm not one for superstitions, but patterns are definitely afoot here.
Well, and it looks good so far where we've got 5 of the top 5 all chase contenders, so they're off and rolling here in Calder Park. It's quite an interesting road course. I've only tested it out a couple times here, but they get up to a lot of speed in some of the sections. Tim Kourting off to the way early lead there. Second place, Atlee Weiss. Really love the wide open spaces on this track. Going through the turn here is kind of a high banked, feels like a tri-oval kind of turn there. And like previous road courses in the NASR world, we won't have any The computer won't get to decide the cautions. We will. So we'll have to keep an eye on the
Yeah, we'll
entirety.
definitely be. We learned a lot of valuable information from our first attempt there.
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame race, really, it kind of helped, make the event shine, disabling mandatory cautions and basically, treating it as, like F1 in a way where you can set up local cautions and whatnot. 59 there of Gannon Bird making some moves. Kind of interesting. This team here, the 59, you see is a Dodge Ram. They started their season out as a Chevy, and coming to the chase, they decided they were gonna, shake things up, switch it up a little bit, and now flying the Dodge banner for TSI. Not too bad. Seems like they have the handle on road courses. I believe he made the last one we ran earlier at Japan on the sprint qualifier to make the main event. So 2 for 2 on the last 2 road courses contested. Tim Kourting kind of just cruising away from the front. I know that we've got our points up on the board from last week, or well, it was just last night actually. Tim Kourting actually dropped all the way back to 10th and is 98 points out of the mix, so really needing a good finish here today, leading the field, doing all he can do to get back into the fight for the championship. The one that's kind of scary though is Atlee Weiss here. He's only 24 points out from Tom Kourting, the points leader. And Atlee, we've already known that he's dominated the Cup Series this year. And tomorrow night we'll see if he can tie up that Cup championship. You gotta imagine.
Don't mind me, y'all. I know I'm being a little bit quiet this run through here. We're working on a little something behind the scenes here for after the race.
Do you want to spill the beans, James?
We've put together a little bit of a short exhibition race for what y'all might see come next season for pending name Busch Series. We haven't really decided on a name yet, but yeah, I'm working on sorting some stuff out over on my end so that I can, at the end of this, give y'all a little bit short exhibition race.
We're kind of leaning towards the Bridge to Cup presented by Bridgestone, and hopefully the facelift we're gonna, I guess, revamped would be a good way to put it. We're gonna revamp the current Busch Series into kind of a fusion or a hybrid. That's a better term.
I'd like to call it, I don't know, I feel like it could be called a Super Series, to be honest.
A Super Series that utilizes all kinds of formats of racing, so.
Right now we're planning roughly a 20 to 25-ish race schedule, depending on what we can cook up with different tracks and stuff.
But the key, I guess, what'll be the selling point, we'll be going rallycross style for some of the races. Most of the races will be in a rallycross format with heats and main event, but obviously there will be paved ovals, there will be some road courses, but there will be some dirt road courses, so we can truly factor in the rallycross format for the series. And really,
that is exactly what we're cooking up over here for your little bit of a preview. We managed to find one rallycross track so far that seems to work. We're hoping that our little test run here. We'll put on a good show for y'all.
And so yeah, that's kind of where we were leaning to you know, it's going to be one of those series that really tests all the drivers' skills. And what better way to test all the skills to get yourself up into Cup than to have, you know, these different factors and whatnot that play into the racing and whatnot. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun to see what they can all cook up throughout the different tracks and stuff. Well, and I'm finding as I'm slowly going through this that there are some very for the drivers we chose for this, there's some very differing stats. So that could make for some interesting racing with something going so short.
True, it'll be frantic for sure. And yeah, you'll kind of have your own. Trucks will have its own flair. Our next series will have its flair. It's going to be the stepping ladder up to Cup, and we'll still try to keep Cup an endurance series. I'm trying to, you know, minimize the length of the races down so that they're a little bit more digestible.
Consumable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that it's kind of rough to watch a Cup race right now around here. We're hoping to sort something out, but little baby steps. We're getting to the end of the season here, so just getting everything all sorted out and taken care of.
So far, not a whole lot of action on track here. We've seen Tim Kourting lead all 3 laps contested. Now we're on lap 5 actually. I do believe there's going to be at least 1, maybe 2 rounds of pit stops here on the road course. Did have a little bit of chaos strike within the couple laps that we've had. The 6 of Roach and the 96 of David Bird got into it somehow. I'm going to go fast forward here to figure out where exactly on the track this happens. See, David Bird and the 6, they're separated by a truck at the moment. There's a move being made. Oh, wow. Totally unrelated.
Big wreck right there.
55th, 5 of Dalton Hayes just dumps Roach, and the 98 of Krista Coward does the same to David Bird as well.
Krista Coward just having some bad luck.
Yeah, her chase, ooh. Points are kind of dwindling away from her. It's going to be harder and harder to get back into the fight. Running 40th here tonight with probably a little bit of damage sustained in that wreck.
Shouldn't be a lot of damage from that little bit of a wreck, but
we have a
it's so hard to tell with these anymore.
Move for second as Kyler Sestre gets by Atlee Weiss. Atlee not given an inch though as he fights back and gets the position. This might be where things get interesting. Once the tires start to wear down, we'll see moves like that. Pretty decent run there for the 15 of Nate Newman, running 11th. Andre Stefan, who fell back to about 6th in points, needs to recover here today with a good finish. Tom Kourting still running in 9th.
Kourting slowly making his way up through the field then. From the sounds of things.
Brother Tim is just checking out on the rest of the field. That's quite a substantial gap from first to second. There might be another move being made here with Jordan Walker on the outside. We saw that go terribly wrong for some of those in the backfield. Oh, the 24 Cesare gets shuffled way out into the grass. Ooh, the 18 of Chadwick making a move too. There's a lot of action going on right now. We're getting some good fights and battles for position. Whoa, that was a
deep cut from the 18 of Chadwick.
He got the job done getting by Aunt Me person. But it didn't.
Got the job done, but man, was it a tight shot.
No, I'm impressed with Chadwick. I'm sure you can vouch for that too, not knowing if he could even make the chase. You know, he looked bad at the start of the year.
Yeah, I feel like that's how him and Tim go. It's either one of them does really good in the early season, and then the other's in struggles in the playoffs, and then the other one struggles to get into the playoffs. But once they're in there, they seem to have a heck of a season, or a heck of an end to the season.
Well, and a lot of that, really, it's like getting hot at the right time. You know, it might not be all that important to be good during the regular season. I guess one thing that could go against that statement, though, Tom Kourting, for example, he's still riding his regular season success to the points lead here in the chase. So it's kind of a catch-20 whether or not, you know, you want to just wait and get hot at the end of the year. Realistically, you know, just have a great season through and through from start to finish.
Right. It's a weighing game. To be honest, it really is all about how you want to have your season run.
And that to me is that's the perks of having a chase format playoff, you know, system. That you give someone like Chadwick here a chance to redeem himself for such a rough regular season. But ultimately, it's not like we're just giving him the championship, because he's still got to, you know, work back the deficit that he lost from the regular season. Tom Kourting has a 40-point lead over Chadwick, and Chadwick, if he could have won some races during the regular season, that would have been 5 points here, 5 points there, that would close that gap. And the one thing too, I was more so excited to see this East-West kind of the matchups and stuff, and we've been seeing some interesting matchups here, honestly.
Absolutely. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of parity in this truck series.
And it's like it doesn't matter if it's East nor West, we just have strong talent.
Well, and you got to think that the East Series is a lot of the guys that are just coming in and slowly starting to catch up to guys like the Kourting brothers or Aunt Me person or even like Chaz Chadwick.
So yeah, you were saying like the West Series, because the West Series was not very stacked with the strength.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yep.
The West Series. Pardon me.
No worries. East was stacked, man. It's crazy how stacked the East Division was. And kind of makes you think maybe we need to consider leveling the playing field, but I don't think that's necessary, do you?
I don't personally think so. I think it makes for some interesting racing, and it leaves those guys on the West Coast a chance to try to build up and come fight these guys when the time comes. Like we've seen.
Yeah, because the West, I mean, every race during the West Division was must-see TV for the most part. a lot of guys that didn't usually, get to shine, run at the front of the field, were doing so. And so I think leaving it up to who wants to join the East or the West is probably the perfect way to do it, because it really adds for an eclectic mix of racers,
It really does. Well, and like, I feel like with the split we have right now, it allows those veterans in the East Coast to pal around with the other veteran, while while the West Coast provides that opportunity, like you said, for the new people to come in and not necessarily have to worry about fighting with our veterans for a chance to shine.
Right.
I mean, once they come into the chase and they're outperforming those veterans, then yeah, it's beautiful. They shine so brightly.
Well, and I think one of those that really shocked the series this year had to have been this 56 truck of Andre Stefan. I mean, if I asked you, or I told you, Andre Stefan was the regular season champion, what would your reaction be?
I don't know if I would have believed you. I don't think I would have believed you.
You would have been like, who?
I think with Andre Stefan, I would have believed he had if you would have said he had a decent season and made a good season and made the playoffs, I would have said, yeah, that makes sense. But to win their area's championship, that's a whole different story coming from them.
Right. So yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot from Andre Stefan, even if he doesn't.
Especially when you consider Stefan is from the East Series, and we had Tim Kourting take off on 6 wins.
Right.
So that's some stout talent that he had to keep behind him.
Yeah,
all season long to get that win.
He did it with only 1 win on the regular season.
Right, that just shows how consistent they were.
They had 11 top 10s, so I mean, yeah, the consistency was king. And that division championship earned him 25 bonus points. The funny part is Tom Kourting had 6 wins, which at 3 points apiece per win. It was weighted a little bit differently as to not give the highest winner more of an advantage. But right there alone, that was 18 points for Tim Kourting before, and 25 plus 3 for Andre. I think Tim Kourting actually had more points based on all the criteria for bonus points than Andre Stefan, which is the crazy part.
Well, I think so as well, but like we said, that consistency is there for Stefan. Keeps the truck clean, he doesn't look for trouble. He just kind of runs his race and doesn't try fighting with everybody when he doesn't need.
Which we kind of saw that right there with the 58 truck. He kind of lets him by so that, it's not time to battle right now, but he just kind of, playing it easy, taking it nice and slow, avoiding making those mistakes. Well, Tom Kourting still running 9th. Chadwick up to 6th. 28 laps to go.
We are cooking our way through this truck race here.
Tim Kourting still just opening that lead by a monstrous gap. Now up to 11.8 seconds over Atlee. This seems like a very Tim Kourting-esque kind of race.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Often when he wins by leading and dominating. But pit strategy and a lot of other stuff could still factor in here. with the last half of the race still to go. Still haven't seen any retirements yet. Everyone's been playing pretty clean here.
Oops.
Kind of fun to mess around with the other cameras here and see what we got. Spectator might be a hard one because they start to turn into little ants.
Yeah, that's the problem I've found on some tracks. The spectator cam for road courses is a little questionable. There we go.
So Chadwick still has all the way up to second in his sights there. He could still catch up to Atlee. And those are plenty of points that he could secure against Tom Kourting. If things finished right now as they were running, our points battle would continue to tighten. It's going to start like being it's going to be like a boa constrictor just tightening its grip on its prey. And that's saying something, especially since your points leader is running in 9th. And that the fact that your points battle is just going to continue to get smaller and smaller when his competitors are running in front of him here. The 18, the 19, the 10, and the 50. Tim Kourting, you know, he's going to gamble, and he's going to make sure that he has a shot to win this championship once we roll into Darlington for the final race of the season. Do want to mention too, I've been trying to get some other projects dialed out too. I want to get the winless driver race done during the holidays like we did last year. Haven't
Yeah,
quite. Yeah, go
haven't
ahead.
haven't quite decided what drivers are in and out this time.
Well, not quite on a date. I think we'll go with the exact same roster from last year minus Jeffrey Earnhardt, who ended up winning the first ever. But then we'll maybe do a fan vote to try and figure out who that replacement driver on the 42 car field will be.
Yeah, I feel like figuring it out will come naturally.
With Thanksgiving just around the corner, we could maybe try to shoot for maybe Thanksgiving, but that's why I'm trying to get through our championships here with the trucks and cups so that we can start planning those other projects and getting them all squared away. Oh, Tim Kourting put the 37 of Dalton Scott a lap down, so first truck to go a lap down here today.
Well, not doing too bad. We made it past. I believe we've made it past the halfway mark. We've only put one track a lap down, so I'd say that's a pretty solid run so far.
Most definitely. Regardless of the lead not changing, there's been some decent racing kind of in the front pack here. So I don't know if my YouTube stream is broken because it says only one person watching, but clearly we have Chazzy in the stream. If anyone else is watching, please do chime in so I can figure out who's all watching. But I think my tablet's lying to me because there's got to be. I mean, obviously I'm in watching, and if I log in, it usually says I'm watching as one person too.
And I do not have the stream open on my phone. That is.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Not missing much. There's apparently just one person watching tonight, but it's a Wednesday. I don't think, and obviously the East Coast. That's the only problem is with my streams being this late.
Well, and you caught me just after D&D, so I didn't really have time to turn it on the rest of my usual.
But you got the best seat in the house because you're watching directly off my share screen. So, oh wow! So Chadwick works his way up to 4th here. Tom Kourting moves up to 8th. Don't count out Nate Newman, the local to the area here, trying to move up into the top 10. He's got to fight with John Hagan first to get the position. Ah, and there we go. Now it says 3 people watching, so I think it refreshed.
It probably caught up to both you and me. Because I got it on my phone now.
Well, thank you, Chaz, for tuning in tonight. I'm sure.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you here.
I'm sure everyone else is either asleep or busy working. I know usually Osceola is able to watch, but I think since they got their new job, they've kind of had less free time on their hands, and I get that. I get that completely. So it will be a sweet treat once they do join or come back on to check their status and stuff, how they did. Chadwick right now trying to gain as many points as he can on Tom Kourting. At this point, I think our drivers are trying to push their fuel as far as they can. At lap 15 of 38, they're going to have to try to push it to lap 19 to make it completely halfway. And if they do that, if they can make the lap 19 and beyond, 1 pit stop's all they're going to need.
Yeah, we're slowly approaching that halfway point.
Well, I liked when we did it last time on the road course, so we're going to go and do a crank 'em up for a brief moment here. So, I do believe we're going to get right about to the point of halfway before they start making pit stops. But Krista Cower already pitting here. I'm assuming that's a little bit because of the damage she had earlier that she had to pit early on that one. Making it to lap 16. So I'll have to keep an eye on him and see. Man, Tim Kourting is just way on out there. 20 seconds now, basically the lead.
I mean, he has been pretty decent on road courses when it comes to the cup, or when it comes to the truck series here.
Right. Update on Trevor, you are running 16th overall. Jordan Walker running 6th. So, Trevor Ventures not too bad currently here on the road course. Definitely kind of a shocker though, wouldn't you say, James?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like usually he's better on the road courses.
Yeah, Trevor I thought would be a top 5 to a leader for sure. So maybe the, gloves come off once pit stops hit, but currently fighting for 15th on the field. Lap traffic's going to start making things interesting here, as Chadwick might be able to make a move on Sustre for 3rd. Everyone's staying out here on lap 17, so that means we're going to still work towards that midway point of 19.
Alright, I've got everything sorted out on my end for our little exhibition.
And so yeah, for those of you that are tuning in, stick around after the broadcast. We do have kind of a special treat planned for you. Kind of an appetizer to what we can expect to see from the Busch Series revamped for 2024. I'll go ahead and we'll coin it now. It's going to be the Bridge to the Cup series, brought to you
Presented by...
Yep.
I feel like it'd be presented by.
Yeah, presented by. That sounds better.
Presented by Bridgestone.
And yeah, so I'm sure everyone on the server's already gotten an idea of what to expect, but we'll just kind of.
And I think I may have decided something based on what I was looking at while I was working on this. We may have numbers attached to the cars based on their standings positions, or something to that nature. But
So,
I think for the most part, on the cars, I'm thinking we may do initial.
instead of a number, do their initials like JS for myself.
Yeah. I feel like it's a little bit more like numbers are all great and wonderful, but drivers change all the time.
Right.
And it might be easier if guys are trying to run a couple different paint schemes or something, having those letters to be able to be like, oh, hey, that's Tristan Reams, or that's Tim Kourting.
Well, how about that though? If it's Tim and Tom Kourting, how do you differentiate?
Well, and that is, with NR being the way NR is, we will assign numbers for the stand, for the ticker.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's just so that when you're looking at the track, you're looking at the cars, You don't have to think about it twice. You just see you see the name and you go, or you see the two initials and go, that's who it is.
We'll mess around with it and see what works. I think we can
That's
maybe.
that's what I did for the little
Oh,
test here. I mean,
okay.
if everybody I'm
It-
open to suggestions. It looked like it was a decent idea,
So it's a test
but
trial.
yeah, it's a test trial type thing. I haven't really figured out the schematics of the type of it, but
And so yeah, like we mentioned, it's going to be utilizing the next gen mod that we used for the Bush series the past couple years, so we can kind of rehash or do some throwback stuff with schemes and all that.
yeah, I feel like this gives us a lot of options, and I hope this little exhibition is gives you guys a good taste of what we've got kind of cooking up.
And I'm excited too because it's gonna be everything that the rest of the series is not. So throw out all your expectations and just approach it with a fresh mind. Got a good battle going here between Chadwick and Bird. Bird taking the position away from him for fourth. We've made it to lap 20, so everyone's going to be able to make it on one pit stop here.
Yeah, we're aiming for a field of roughly 26 to 28 cars. I'm thinking the main events may be capped to 20 just to make it easier to find tracks. But the way things are looking, it'll be a lot of shorter tracks. Just so the action stays close and compact.
And of course, with a smaller field, we will be doing the heats. So you could cut the field in half, basically. Probably. It would
Yeah,
be. It would be probably about 20 cars. We would have obviously 2 heats of 10.
Right, and if we have 28 cars, then we do 2 heats of 14.
And then take
And
the 10 best from each, maybe.
I'd probably take the
maybe 7 for half the field.
I'd probably take the top 8 transfer, and then that leaves 4 spots up for grabs from an LCQ.
Howdy, Zach. See you on the stream there. Currently, Zach is running. Let's see where he's at. There we go, 23rd. There you are. Fighting with last night's winner, Guido Piano, so that's kind of a switch of fates right there. So from Talladega Victory Lane to 22nd on track here tonight in Calder Park. It really does. It's kind of it just does that sometimes,
Yeah, sometimes it's really like that, where you win a race and then the next week you're just kind of absolute garbage.
Well, and a lot too comes down to statistics for the drivers and their road course.
Oh, 37 off track.
I think you might have just got pushed wide there. I don't see the ticker blinking. Yeah, nothing happened on the chat bar there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he maybe got pushed wide coming to the corner there by Chadwick. Because he was racing with Chadwick pretty hard there for a moment.
Oh, the 10 gets into the grass. That's going to give an opening here for Chadwick as he charges alongside.
Have we had pit stops yet?
No, they have still not made any pit stops, as crazy as it is.
Oh
This
boy,
is
we got 5 cars with 4 of them being chase drivers. This cannot end well for those 4.
Dalton holding his own there, not giving. Oh, the 90 had a. Wow, he had to make his pit
Oh, he's
stop.
headed to the pits.
So one of our top runners making their pit stop first of them tonight, of our top runners. From 7th. Our points leader, of course, Tom Kourting. So we'll see if this actually helps to do the undercut, pitting earlier than the rest of the leaders.
Well, and it's a decently long track. I think he could manage to get away with it, depending on how things shake out. Chadwick up to 5th now. Doesn't look like it doesn't look like Jordan Walker's giving him an inch though.
Those two are definitely in about the same boat when it comes to points. Jordan Walker had a good couple races to kind of catch back up to the top field in the points, so another good
How's
run.
our leader doing? Seems like we're starting pit stops, so.
Here we go.
Oh, speaking of, where's that 2nd place car?
Damn, he's going to try to hit the pit official there.
Well, he shouldn't be standing there. Controversial commentary opinion. He shouldn't be standing there then.
That's a very vicarious position to be. I guess most of the time anymore you got a machine or a light bulb that says when pit road is open or closed, but that guy better be wearing some Kevlar jacket or something to avoid getting killed by these heavy trucks.
And where is our 2nd place car again?
Now,
I believe they all just passed our leader.
yeah, Kyler Sustre stays out here, so everyone kind of pushing the envelope, staying out late here. So technically, 2nd place would be Gannon Bird and 3rd Chaz Chadwick. And we'll be on the lookout because we have not seen a wreck to necessitate a caution. Still only about three trucks lap down. No retirements. Crazy as it is on a road course, usually you'd have a couple retirements up to this point. Jordan Walker makes
Like
his
a few
pit
more
stop.
of our leaders are headed in. You can see Tom Kourting just in the back there. Back of the shot there for a second. Ooh, I really like that camera angle right there.
Well, it seems that Atlee made his pit stop too, so we're going to have to see where people start shaking out here. Here's Tim Kourting, so we can see that he already cycled out in front of Atlee. Looks like the top 13 have yet to pit. There's no way that Andre Stefan is in front of Tim Kourting on equal playing ground.
Oh, I believe BK Glover. Or I believe I saw Brian DeBlanc coming out of the back corner back there, and I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was a caution light.
Oh.
Because he blinked in and out back there a little bit.
Oh, and now
oh,
we
man,
have
look at everybody coming now.
a mad scramble for pit road.
I'm pretty sure that'll probably hand this lead back. Yeah, that's probably going to hand the lead right back over to Tim Kourting again.
Wow, Chadwick pushed it as late as he could, staying out as late as he could. Wow. He's going to shuffle out, I think. It's probably going to shuffle him out of the top 5. Rejoining the track now, he's got the 59 of Gannon Bird in front of him, which was where they were running. He's going to rejoin right alongside Atlee Weiss, so maybe not as bad as I anticipated here. He actually makes up some spots to get by the 19. Ooh, the 15 now up into the top 10, it looks like.
Here comes Atlee. Around the ooh, that's the high line really killed his momentum.
Well, and the problem right now is Atlee on cleaner tires, or well, warmer. He's and cleaner because Chadwick still needs to get those tires up to heat. Yeah, Chadwick just warming up the tires still. It's going to take him about a lap to get warmed up. He's getting passed by a couple trucks here, but after those tires start to kick in, he'll be fresher tires than the rest of the field here.
Oh yeah, and Tom Kourting pitted before he did, so
Here comes Tom. A move for the top 10, I believe. Ooh, Chadwick.
Oh, gave him a little bit of a bump there coming through the corner.
Yeah, there we go. Tim Kourting will be your leader now. And a lot more trucks. There's lap traffic still coming out here. Man, it looks like Atlee Weiss is still going to be third. Because Sustre will be second. Atlee Weiss third. That meant when Chadwick rejoined the track, he was actually in third place. Ouch, Chadwick just dropped like a rock. He got passed by the 6 of Roach. The 90 blew by. Third place, Atlee Weiss.
Looks like Tim Kourting up to 5th. Or Tom Kourting up to 5th, pardon me.
Jordan Walker in 4th. Tom Kourting, yes, up to 5th. Gannon Bird 6th. Chadwick under attack now by the 21 of Trevor Walker. So yeah, that didn't take terribly long for Trevor to get into the fold here. Youch, 2 minutes and 40 seconds was his out lap there. So now that he's got...
He was definitely struggling compared to the others.
They did not get those tires very warm before. I guess they don't really have tire warmers like F1 does, do they?
No, sir.
But it does make a huge difference with, warm tires. Go out there on cold tires and you're just giving up track position left and right.
Looked like Chaz was trying to repay the favor a little bit. The 6 did the same thing to him last lap.
There he comes. He's going to try to run right up the back bumper of the 6.
Oh, it looks like that 6 car has some significant damage.
And there we go. It looks like he's going to try to make the pass on the lap traffic. There we go.
Yeah, it looks like the 21's going to follow him through there. "32-second lead for Tim Kourting over the 24.
Do you think that is call for a caution there? The 0 truck just stalls trying to go to pit road.
Are they stuck on? Are they in the pits or are they stalled before their pit?
They
Oh,
did not make it onto pit road.
yeah, I'd say they're stuck there on pit road, so
We'll go ahead and throw a caution for that one.
yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but oh no, now he's rolling. He's rolling now.
That was weird.
How long did he sit there before that happened?
A
Before he
good
finally got released?
like 30 seconds, but there's no reason for the pits to be
Well,
closed.
no, that's where his pit stop is. That's where his pit stall is.
Oh wow, that's even before. It's before
Which
the
is weird
guy.
because we didn't see any of the animations because of where his pit stall is. I'm glad we didn't throw that caution though.
Well, I'm still leaning towards throwing a caution to give them all at least one more shot to kind of get the field bunched back up together.
I'd say let's see how this plays out.
Okay.
But I'm partial because Tim's had a rough chase here.
Well, I don't think there's anything that's going to stop Tim Kourting. He's just what could happen though is the mid pack there, the positions might end up changing. But we'll let it roll for a little while here.
Anybody worth noting up towards the front?
Well, Kyler Sustre and Gannon Bird are definitely kind of jumping the odds here, giving us a good run for the two of them. Gannon Bird, I mean, coming through the last chance qualifier to make the main event here. The 59 Haviland truck right there. Texaco Haviland. This could be pretty big for that team to get a good finish. Thinking Chadwick, even Trevor Walker there, their tires are going to start coming around to them. And in the long run, if, with this staying green, they're going to be able to catch back up to the top 5 and possibly even fight for a second place finish.
Big run wide for Tom.
Oofty. Oh, the 24 of Sustre struggling a little bit there, getting past now for 4th. Must have got stuck behind the lap traffic of David Bird. With one bird going a lap down, the other bird now up into the top 5.
Looked like the 59 gave the 90 a little bit of a tail slap there, coming through that corner a little bit ago.
Yeah, Chadwick's going to start closing that gap on the 90 truck, as you can see. Intervals are not very accurate until they get past the start-finish line, so we'll have to see once they pass start-finish what the intervals are actually going to be. But you can see he is closed up on the 90 significantly.
Well, and you also have to wonder whether the 90 used up all of his stuff, used up a good majority of his stuff. He did pit before everybody else did.
Right. Yeah, 2.6 seconds is the deficit for Chadwick up to Tom Kourting. Doesn't look like that though. It looks like about a second or less. Huge shout out to Nate Newman running 10th. Great addition for that elf. Oh, whoa. The 78 lap truck almost took out the 59 there. That was a scary moment. In case y'all missed that, that was hairy. 78 comes down and clips the 59.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to go left up into that wall there.
So I don't know if the 78 has something going wrong. Oh, this
Oh,
might
he
be our
does.
caution.
That's going to be definitely our caution, because he's definitely going to stop on track here.
And that's where we get our first caution of the day. The 78
Yeah, he's
unfortunately.
definitely going way too slow on track.
Didn't say. Oh, the 58 had a fuel leak, but that's the 78.
And 00 gonna get stuck behind him. Oh no.
Yep, that's what happens when they run out of fuel. So it must have been a fuel.
On the 0 didn't run out of fuel. What
That's
is this?
those are their two
Oh
pit
no.
stalls. So that's
I feel bad for the 0. He had nothing to do with that. He didn't even run out of fuel. Because we watched him pit.
so I'm wondering if the track only has adequate pit stalls for about 39 trucks. As you
And
can
those
see,
last 3 are in trouble. Which is unfortunate, actually.
yeah, the 17 must have had something that went wrong too, being stalled on pit road like that.
Are you gonna grab the 0 as well, or?
They didn't really run out of fuel, so I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here.
And assume the...
Yep. Assume that they could have. Wow. So the
Oh!
17. We had, yeah, 3 trucks that ran. Well, at least 2 trucks that ran out of gas. The 17 and the 78 here. Yeah, if anything, that's going to be our guaranteed caution anytime we run this race, is someone will run out of gas, I guess. I like the track. Now, the problem with the AI is getting caught back up to the pace car. And I think the pace truck is slow enough. Yeah, pace truck's slow enough at this track that we're going to be golden. With better cautions enabled, these lap trucks should go to the back. I won't even
I'm
mess
assuming you
with
didn't
it.
bother doing double file.
I do have it enabled, so
See what happens.
yeah, we're gonna have a crazy restart with 10 laps to go here, folks.
Alright, and while you get ready for this restart, I'm gonna step away and use the restroom for a second.
So once we get back to green, it looks like the one. So 50 of Tim Kourting will be our leader. These trucks here, 31st, 32nd, 33rd, and 34th, should shuffle to the back. Then you have Atlee Weiss, Kyler Sustre, Jordan Walker, Gannon Bird, Chaz Chadwick, Tom Kourting, and Trevor Walker. Nate Newman up to 9th, Lynn Farrell in 10th, Chris Harvey in 11th, Dave Steele Jr. with the solid 12th place. All these drivers having to cycle back due to this very, very low speed turn. And lights are out on the pace truck. Our lapped trucks are going to shuffle to the back. We're going to have a 7-lap shootout, actually, to finish the race here tonight. So this caution was going to be the savior of the race for a couple of these drivers that needed to get the field stacked back up. Chadwick was about 40 seconds out of the lead. Tim Kourting looked like he was just going to cruise away with the win here tonight, but we got one more opportunity to see something unfold with the top of the field now all brought back together. Nate Newman in his one-off ride here for LFG Motorsports already up into the top 10 with that number 15. Running the Middy sponsor here at the Middy's 159. Of course, it's 159 kilometers, so only 38 laps in length.
Alright, Jacob, I am back and
Perfect.
ready for us to get this last couple laps in.
Timed it just right because the lap trucks just shuffled to the back. They're going to start getting doubled up here shortly. And I think your guess is just as good as anyone's as to what's going to unfold here. Here we go.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm impressed. I had no faith in this AI managing that.
Besides, you kind of need a caution to get get a competition reset button for some of these races. It would have been unfair to some to throw that caution, but if there's a truck stalled out there and sitting in the middle of the way, sometimes
Yeah, there wasn't much we could do. I mean, if we hadn't done that, there's a good chance that Zero just runs full speed into the back of the 78,
True.
and we get a much worse situation.
So after that, we've got 3 trucks out of the race. The 55, oh wow, so that was unrelated. The 55 of Dalton Hayes suffered a header failure, but the 17 and the 78, so the 17 of Jack Davis and the 78 of John Brinker out of the race. So, oh, what the heck's going on with Tim Kourting here? Tim Kourting had a bit of a hiccup. Our leader of the race, he's going to drop
1 spot, looks like. But, it's like... Yeah, looks like it'll be sorted out. He just lost 1 spot. Big.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. It was a hiccup. That was weird.
It fixed it. That's what matters. It fixed it. I'm impressed.
That's the first mistake we've seen from Tim all night.
I don't even know if it was necessarily a Tim mistake or
just NR being NR
shenanigans.
Wow, that was 3 wide. 3 wide.
Yeah, that was a tight squeeze.
They're wrecking.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a clog up. No, we're gonna make it. I'm not really sure how that worked out, but
so I wish I could pause the race, but we're just gonna go on the in-car cam of the 24 because it was 3 wide, and unfortunately, being 3 wide in the narrowest turn.
Well, and they kind of... Oh, it looks like they chopped themselves on the 59 truck.
And that's going to hold up traffic there. The 90 gets stuck. The 15... Looks like they're going to be able to get around pretty quickly, but that just sets a big gap from them to get to the front.
Yeah. These guys back here's races are done. Basically, thanks to that.
That's the first chaos that we've seen all night. I kind of willed that one into existence. Wow, Tim Kourting isn't even leading the race.
No, but he's wasting no time getting back up there.
Atlee with the lead right now, and Tom Kourting unfortunately gets struck with chaos there on the restart. So our points leader outside the top 10, and our two fighting for this championship, Atlee and Chaz, running 1 and 3.
And it looks like Tim might mount himself a comeback to try to steal this win back.
Well, I mean, this is just crazy because Tim had a 40-second lead over the entirety of the field, and this doesn't look like the same Tim Kourting that led the first half of the race.
I mean, we were worried about NR having some shenanigans with them doing double file restarts here, so...
Wow, Tom Kourting is going to be way back in about 15th or worse even. We'll see where Nate Newman shuffles out here. Nate Newman might actually only lose about 3 or 4 spots due to the position he was running when that all happened. So from 9th back to
13th.
Yeah.
Which you were spot on with Tom Kourting. 17th, I believe.
So 12th for Nate Newman, 13th Chris Harvey, Sestre 14th, Tom Kourting 17th. But these guys have actually caught back up to the lead group. The nice thing about this track's design is they do get a lot of opportunities to get up to full speed.
Looks like Tim and Atlee starting to run away with this.
Tim's got his work cut out for him. Atlee is no walk in the park as to beating him heads up. And I don't know how many times that this has happened this year, but this is our top 3 drivers yet again shuffled to the front of the field. The final 3 from just last season that finished 1, 2, 3 for the championship, running 1, 2, 3 here tonight. And there was no reason for that. I mean, the caution, of course, is what has made this all materialize the way it did. So it's crazy that it's playing out like this towards the end here tonight. So, I don't even want to mention it because I could jinx the poor fella. You know,
Who's that?
Well, you know, it's Guido Piano that won last night. And his boss man is leading here tonight, so TRD not afraid of getting to the front and leading these races.
I wouldn't say it's over yet. Our usual top 4 here is starting to close in, so
It would be pretty neat to see back-to-back wins for the team, though, if they could get it done, you know. Guido Piano gets the win for TRD, and bossman Atlee Weiss out front right now with a hard-charging Tim Kourting.
yeah, Tim gets a big run on this long stretch here.
This going into this next turn is where he's really got the momentum and the advantage, I'd say. Look at that. He's gonna, he almost clipped the tire barrier there as wide as he went.
Gonna have to clear the 19 before they get to that corner. He's just gonna have to give the spot back.
This side-by-side racing has allowed Chadwick to close back up.
And you gotta wonder if maybe Tim's truck just wasn't as good being stuck behind.
Woo!
Oh, big shot to the left front of Atlee Weiss's truck.
That was an impressive. That was true muscling of your way to the front there, Tim Kourting.
Well, as I was saying before he did that, you gotta wonder, maybe his truck just isn't that good behind other cars. It looked like when he was lapping cars, he was having a little bit of trouble getting through it.
Well, and the double file restart obviously had given him some fits as he got shuffled back to about 4th at one point. But
yeah, look at the gap now already. back to Atlee Weiss.
This means Chadwick's going to have an opportunity if Atlee's truck's falling apart here at the end.
Well, you also have to wonder, maybe Atlee used a good bit of his stuff up trying to keep both Chadwick and Tim Kourting behind him.
Right. Let's see how the rest of the field's faring after the chaos that had unfolded. Andre Stefan up into the top 10 like he knows how. Still, it's going to be one of the stoutest years that 56 truck has compiled. More than 15 top 10s in about 20 races contested so far. Oh, but
And we're getting close to the end of the season, so rumors are starting to fly a little bit. One of the rumors being that should Tim manage to find his way to another championship here, he's saying he's gonna put somebody else in that truck.
Huh?
And maybe look towards focusing all of his attention on that Cup Series, trying to go get himself a Cup title.
Are you suggesting that Stefan is a hot commodity for that 50 seat, perhaps?
I mean, there's a few drivers on the short list, but nobody's really talking yet.
Okay.
You gotta remember that KPM team has full slots in just about in all three series.
Yeah, now you're full on. Your Cup team's gonna be kind of refreshed for the most part. There's
4 in Cup, probably. I'm thinking a full team is 2 for Bridge to Cup, but haven't really decided yet. Just so we can have more people in there. I feel like limiting teams to 2 cars opens up some more people to be able to come play.
Right. Well, I do believe Jordan Walker is in the mix here. Tim Kourting, though, is starting to
Pull away
leave.
again.
Yeah, leave the rest of the field behind him.
What is the gap currently last lap when they cross the line?
About 2 seconds, roughly.
Yeah, we're coming to 3 to go here.
We'll go ahead and watch the drone cam from the hood of the truck here and see just how far ahead he pulls away. It's actually kind of a neat camera angle here, watching as the others try to catch him.
Well, and you can see Atlee getting further and further back from Tim here.
Man, maybe Tim just has that much better of a long run truck than the others.
I don't even think it's a long run truck. I think he just has a really good truck tonight.
He did have the fastest lap here tonight of a 159.3. The crazy part is, second fastest to that was a 159.7, so 5/10 faster. It's just crazy. Or 4/10, I guess. There's really no competition in the speed category here tonight.
Well, and he's still not that far off from the 159s.
Yeah, with the times he's turning late in the run, 202 flat 0.8. That's a 201.7 for Atlee, so a whole second slower.
It looks like Jordan Walker's starting to reel in Atlee Weiss here.
Oh, good improvement for Harvey to get up to 10th here. Got by Dave Steele Jr. to make that position up. Nate Newman with the 13th. He's going to better the position that matches his car number by 2 spots in that position right there. Ooh, we got a wreck.
Whoa.
Wow, Sustre got dumped yet again. Do we give it a green, white checkers or just keep rolling? Keep
I
rolling?
think we keep rolling. Just one car around.
We'll keep an eye on this 24 to make sure nothing else
Maybe we can
happens.
take a second to go back and see what happened here, but
We all caught that right in the rear view cam on that one.
I got a feeling it's gonna be interesting when they come on pit road at the end of this thing.
I'm surprised they haven't disappeared out of existence. Jack Ross looking as chaotic as ever in the 00. Man, they're all going pretty wide through the grass there. So what that did do is give Tom Kourting 2 more spots. The wreck that had the 24 getting spun out. Our points leader gonna minimize his damage a little bit here. Okay, so we're closing
With a
in
white flag here.
on getting the white flag this time by. Atlee might end up giving up a position there to Jordan Walker. And if chaos strikes, you probably want to be in second place coming to the end of the race. We never know. You got to finish the race to win it. A white flag waving. Jordan really wants to get as many bonus points here in the closing laps to try and catch up in the points battle here. Oh, Atlee driving off. No one can hold a candle to the performance from Tim Kourting here tonight.
Well, I'm pretty sure he led all but what, like 4 laps?
Yeah, maybe even only about 2 or 3. Pit stops, I think he might have lost a lap there, so yeah, probably about 3 or 4.
Other than that, he's led the whole race.
Whoa, there comes a
Deep send in by Walker.
Chadwick under attack from Lynn Farrell. This would be dropping him back to 5th. Chadwick needs to maximize points gained here today to keep himself in the mix for the championship. It's going to be a battle down to the very last inch of the track here tonight. Making the move, and he's going to close the door on that 77.
Looked like that 77 truck was going to give him a shot and just send him around.
4th will be... It's crazy that 4th will be just that much better than 5th. So right now, Tim Kourting making his last couple turns here on the track. Coming around the last turn here before the long straightaway. And we're looking
With
at...
number 7
on
the season.
The winningest season from a USA Trucks driver ever just extends it another race here tonight. And he needed that worse than ever to get back into the battle for the championship. Atlee coming home 2nd, so impressive run there from Atlee. Jordan Walker in 3rd. Chadwick 4th and Farrell 5th. Also, folks, don't tune out just yet because we do have a treat on tap for you. Just hold tight as the trucks close out so we can save and replay all that stuff. We're gonna get to see what we can expect from the Bridge to Cup series for 2024.
Yep, and I'm going through the process of setting that up now while you wrap things over here.
Looks like Nate Newman comes home in 13th. Tom Kourting, our points leader, comes home in 15th. Guido Piano manages to reclaim some spots, getting up to 17th. John Hagan in 18th. Zach Armstrong in 20th. Brian DeBlanc in 21st. Kyler Sestre falls all the way back to 23rd after having what looked like a great, run for points here today. So unfortunately, not as great a turnout as anticipated for him. I think for sure we'll try to work in Calder for the chase next year too. The chase is the only schedule that I haven't compiled up. Oh, Tom Kourting just barely makes it to the finish of the race here tonight. It looks like he ran out of gas on the very last lap. So that could have been really bad. Look at all the drivers running out of gas on this last lap. The 45. Man, what if our points leader almost didn't even finish the race here today? Yep, and there you go. That's the problem with the pit road on this one. You got a few too many trucks. So I think next time we'll just do 40 trucks rather than 43, which that'd be fine too once we get into the chase. Instead of bringing 2 people in from... Whoa, I did not... Oh, that must have been James's audio I heard. Did you have the 4-cylinder?
I did. I do have it. I do have it rolling. Pardon me. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like, damn, the trucks they're loud.
They're sounding a little rough. Yeah, bear with me. I'll turn that down. Seems
Man,
like it was a little loud.
that's impressive for Tim Kourting to get. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his 7th win on the season. Bless you.
It's all set up here.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and save that.
I don't believe so, Chaz. I don't believe anybody DNF'd, which that's definitely a surprise.
We did have to DQ a couple.
Oh wait, no, we did have a guy go out with a header issue.
Man, we're down to 2 more races, and that points battle is just going to get tighter and tighter, especially with Tom Kourting having a 15th place finish here tonight. Yeah, so the ones that DQ'd, we had John Brinker and Jack Davis DQ'd. David Bird must have sustained damage to retire, and Dalton Hayes had a header. So, congratulations are in order for Tim Kourting. He's fighting from his back the whole way. It's gonna be
He's gonna. I got a feeling he's gonna slip in just by the skin of his teeth there.
So it's gonna keep things interesting, and we'll have to stay tuned for next week to see how things go. So, yeah, no, I guess if you're ready, James, we can go ahead and kind of get this.
Yeah, as soon as you bring the camera over here, we're good to go.
I see it's not showing.
You could probably put your Discord in full screen.
I have to disable streamer mode. Disable? I am in full screen, but it's not showing it. So I have to go into my stream settings, I
No,
think.
it's showing it on your stream.
Oh, it is now. Okay.
Okay, just click the little thing to drop down your...
Wait, when I go into
Yeah.
full screen, it closes it, though.
No. Go into... Okay, now click the little people thing. That'll drop down all of our chat logs there.
Hold
No,
tight, folks. Every time I hit
I'm
full...
saying...
There we go. I got it. Now you'll have
Okay.
to go into full screen on yours.
Yeah, mine's on full screen. All you're gonna have to do is move your mouse a little, because I'm looking at your screen from the YouTube page.
Uh-huh.
And there'll be a little thing that pops up over all of our both of our names and where the... You see it how it shows a little guy and then an arrow. If you click that, it'll drop it down and put it into complete full screen.
Oh, hide members. There we go. Okay.
Oh, wrong one.
Nope. I got it. It's the delay.
Oh, there we go. All right. Before I hit unpause here, let's take a quick gander through what we got. So, we've got 10 drivers here. We've got Tasha Wright, Paulo Ladino, Jacob Shangle, Maggie Reams, Taden Bergerin, Hazel
Osiel.
Asiel Escobar, Cannon Gage, Luis Rodriguez, Jessica Hergeson, and Kat Durham for this little 5-lap rallycross test. And we've got 5 different manufacturers right now here for this test. These might not be the ones we go with. Things haven't been decided yet. Just a little test just to see how things go. Hopefully I fixed the audio issues for y'all.
It is the 4 cycle, but I'm all for it. At least
Yeah, it
for
is
the
the-
test.
Yeah, we'll see how it handles for 5 laps, and if it's unbearable after 5 laps, then we'll figure something out. But we've got Peugeot, Volkswagen, Subaru,
Just give it a
wrong.
moment.
Oh, she's gonna crash on me.
No, it's not. Just change your camera to
There we go.
Hyundai. Nice.
Hyundai, Subaru, and lastly, Mazda.
Okay. I like the Mazda idea.
I've ran a few tests. Crashing is 50-50. So, it's going to take some working. I'm wondering if it might be the aggression levels causing the crashing. But, for now, we got what we got.
Well, and at least this will be somewhat fun for us to test. I mean, I would be all for just turning this on when I come home from work if I have nothing else going and just watching it.
We are green flag racing here.
So yeah, that's Tasha right there in the Peugeot. Is that who's in the TW or PL?
PL is Paulo Ladino, and you are in. Jacob Schenkel is in the Subaru. That's in third right there. Good start so far. Tasha's starting to pull out to a little bit of a gap, but those Mazdas making their way through the field.
So as you guys are watching right now, go ahead and chime in on the comments and let us know what you think, because I think this is gonna be so fun.
Well, and I have these set for like 105 in terms of aggression levels. So but they spread out just a little bit, but keep in mind we only have 10 cars right here. we're looking at 20 car fields. I just kind of wanted to give you all a little taste of what these guys look like and see what you guys thought about the sound pack. If you can hear it, I'm not sure if it's coming across on the stream or not.
It is. Well, at least I can hear. Yeah, I can hear it on mine, so that means everyone else should be able to hear it on theirs too.
But yeah, these guys get some good air, and Jacob and I were testing just a little bit last night, and got a little exciting.
See, the fun part is, I mean, obviously, this is the perks of NR 2003 in a nutshell, because real life, these cars be breaking A-arms left and right.
Well, and I kind of want to... I haven't really started playing with the engine reliabilities and things like that. But that's stuff that I'm going to start playing with here shortly.
I think ideally it'd be nice to find about 5 tracks like this one. If we can find 5 tracks like this one, then we could kind of flesh out a schedule with 5, maybe 5 of each track type,
well,
you know?
What I'm proposing, because I was also thinking, if we could get... Because with 20 races, we run the risk of, you know, at the end of it, having a tie. We run that risk, which could theoretically be fun. Having that opportunity for a tie at the end. That has to be sorted by stats. Or we could go for a 25 race schedule for these and introduce one more type of course layout.
I think 25 to 30 would be pretty cool. Honestly, depends on obviously your availability and whatnot. Since you'll be in control of putting the series together. Well, at least, you know, broadcasting. We're gonna all come together with painting and getting that all put together.
What I am proposing for a schedule is 5 different types of track layouts. We've got, obviously, rallycross, short track ovals, dirt tracks, and
They've got to race on road courses at least, too.
road courses. Yeah, I was going to say road courses. I was trying to think of what I was thinking.
And we can totally
And then the 5th one, I'm thinking it might be a little bit of chaos, but I feel like it would add a little bit more fun. Maybe 5 rounds at some figure 8s.
Okay.
Do a little last man standing fun.
Well, and if we're doing that, I'd still say we need some super speedways in there too, which would put us at that 30 race range, you know, 6 different.
Well, and for super speedways, we might open it up to the full 28 car field.
And do just one race rather than the heats.
Yeah, for super speedways, we'd run everybody and just let them eat and see what the chaos brings us.
So far,
But yeah, these guys, Tasha Wright been leading the whole way here.
putting a beat down on everyone. I like seeing that Hyundai up to second. That's the same front nose that I've seen on my daily driver.
You're stuck behind it right now. And I did have to custom make. Give me just a second. Custom make the emblem for the window for the Subaru because for some reason the template did not have it.
Oh, okay.
So as you can see, it's just a touch too big right now.
Yeah, we could get that size down, no problem.
But all 5 of these templates are basically ready to go. If this is what everybody wants to do with these 5 manufacturers, we can. I have these already. Like I said, all I gotta do is readjust the size of the Subaru emblem there. And then these ones are ready to go.
I
but
think
we have been discussing some different ones.
we can always throw some stuff up to the voters booth too and get true. Wow,
Yeah, we may put up a little poll with like maybe like 3 different 5 manufacturer options
what is the mile per hour they're getting up to there?
on that long straight.
Yeah.
Crash! Don't crash! Don't crash!
150.
Yeah, 150,
Damn.
and that's not even at 110%. So. I'd say Hazel's having a Aziel is having a little bit of a rough time in this test, but Subaru is looking strong. Sitting, oh, I guess, doing too terrible. Might have a little bit of a run for 4th here between Paul Ladino and Cannon Gage.
Oh, whoa. Paulo's wanting, you might go back there. Paulo looks like he's going to try to get around the blue Subaru there.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter because there's our checkered flag right there.
Man, this kind of reminds me of like Excite Bike. If Excite Bike met NASCAR Racing 2003.
Ugh. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this short little quick test. I could pull up, actually, if you're up for one more quick little run here, Jacob. I got a more stable track we can have a little fun at.
You found another one? Oh, okay.
I didn't find another one, but short little test track that'll be fun to.
Sure.
And
Drivers,
less
to your
likely to
car.
crash, to be honest. So, give me just a minute to
And
tire here.
yeah, if you did put
to
your
your
game
car.
in windowed mode, you shouldn't have as many problems with it crashing anymore, hopefully. So
Yeah, I think it's just that track. I don't think it likes the. Looks like Taden Berggren gonna start up front in that Hyundai. With Tasha Wright and Cannon Gage in the Peugeots in 2nd and 3rd. Jacob Shangle 4th again. Looks like those Mazdas struggle a little bit in qualifying, but trying to find the right camera angle for y'all.
see,
There we go.
our eureka moment about this was the fact that in real life, these cup cars have raced on dirt. So it was like, well, shoot, why can't they? You know, why can't they go race rallycross with a current next-gen cup car?
Look like 105, 100 is going to be the. Oh, jeez! And that's just the chaos we were looking for.
Like you said, adjusting the.
Yeah, ratings will make things more interesting, but we got a good top 5 battle going here. Ooh, Paul Ladino, Torna. So is Aziel Escobar there.
Ooh. Palladino still just. Oh, there's a good battle for 3rd. 2nd.
Yeah.
Cannon Gage holding in strong there, but
Like I said, I think I hope y'all are liking this. I got a feeling this is going to create for some good racing. I'm not looking for clean racing. I'm looking for excitement with this. Who is this dying on the bottom of the track here? Paul Ladino still. What?
You did
Oh.
cutie.
Yeah.
I think he's
That was-
finally broke.
Oh.
Okay, go
That's
back.
Escobar came in.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he's still floating about, but he is about to get DQ'd. Try and find our leaders. Yeah.
There we go.
There goes. Still good 4-car battle up here at the front as we get ready to come down to the white flag here.
Funny part is Maggie Reams actually has won a race on Eldora in the truck series, so she's got this place wired. Can't engage though, not gonna let her get away with it too easily here, but
No.
I think that's all she wrote. Looks like Reams with the win.
Yep. Can't engage in second. Taden Berger in third. Jacob Schenkel fourth again. And Tasha Wright gonna come home with a fifth on that one. But yeah, that's gonna. I'd say those Volkswagens had a rough run of it here.
I almost say we stick with the sound pack too, just for the ambiance of it, you know?
Yeah, honestly, I'm thinking I like the majority of these. The only one I don't think I'm wanting to keep is maybe Peugeot.
Well, and I know we've got a few people that would be stoked to have an electric vehicle represented. So even if we were to, say, throw a Tesla in there, then we'll just, we'll write off the fact that they make pit stops. Instead, those ones will be making pit stops for a battery change rather than a fuel up, you know?
Right. But yeah, that'll do us for this little test here. I believe that'll do us for the night, Jacob.
Yeah, nope. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Glad we got to kind of unveil our little treat there at the end. So that's what we can expect for next year with our Bridge to Cup.
I'm not really certain how to change the tire packages, but that seems like something you know how to do. So
Yes, we'll get to the bottom of that. So, well, congratulations again to Tim Kourting on getting yet another win this season in the USA Trucks. I'll get the points tallied up here within the next day or so. I'm off tomorrow, which will give me all the time in the day to get the Cup race streamed. So we'll be doing the Cup Championship tomorrow. You'll be free tomorrow too, right, James?
I should be correct. Yes, I should be.
It's going to be early. I'll try to get it started probably about, let's see, about 2 o'clock Eastern time, maybe.
All right.
12.
Yeah, I should be available. I'm not 100% sure yet.
So maybe
I'll keep you updated.
maybe closer to 3 because of my dentist appointment. So, but yeah, it'll be an earlier race because it's going to be a long race. Chadwick has a shot. He needs Atlee Weiss to make a mistake tomorrow. If Atlee finishes 29th, Chadwick must win the race and lead the most laps, and then they could end up in a tie. I did the math on that. So Chadwick would have to win, lead most laps, maybe even get the hard charger award to actually best Atlee if he finishes 29th. But if Atlee finishes 30th, or worst, obviously, Chadwick just needs to win it tomorrow. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Me and James will be on the call for tomorrow night's race, and hopefully you can join us for the Cup season finale. So have a good night, everyone. This is your broadcasters signing out.